Hello everybody and welcome into SCB News. I'm Jared Denk and this is Kevin Scarborough, and today we'll be asking him a series of questions about basketball, sports, and a couple other things along the way. So Kevin, our first interview question is this. What do you think the biggest difference is between professional basketball and collegiate athletics?
Well, there's many differences between college and professional athletes. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the pay scale. Obviously, professional athletes get paid large sums of money, while college athletes get paid things like tuition and room and board and meal plans and things of that nature. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, you're still getting training, you're still getting discipline, you're still getting that coach mentorship that you're going to have in both areas.
Now, going on from that, what is your fondest basketball memory growing up? I know you played basketball in high school and you had the opportunity to play in college, but unfortunately a groin injury sidelined that. But what was your favorite basketball memory growing up?
I would probably have to say that we were in a tournament and there was about 10 seconds left on the clock and we were down by 2. And it was a elimination game and we were facing the biggest rival of our conference. And I get the ball in at the baseline and I broke the press and hit the buzzer beater 3 and we won and we advanced, and it was one of the best experiences of my life, just because at that time I had never hit a buzzer beater, and so that was a really cool experience to get to play out. That was one of those childhood dreams that truly came true. So
now going from that, obviously a big basketball guy, who is your role model looking up in the whole basketball community?
I would have to say Steve Nash. Growing up as a child in Gwinnett County, I was definitely one of the shortest people there, and Steve Nash wasn't, the tallest.
Guy,
so we had some, commonalities there. But the main reason I would say that is because he was probably the truest point guard in the game growing up in my generation. And me as a point guard, I just looked up to him and I wanted to mimic his game style. So Steve Nash for sure.
Now, switching gears to a more personal level, if you could ask your sports role model a question, who would it be and what would you ask them?
I would have to say that would be my dad, mainly because he coached me for many, many years. And he was just such a big role model in every other area of my life as well. And just him being a coach and him being that person that I could lean in on and go to for questions. But there were a lot of times where I just didn't listen to him and I did my own thing. And so the biggest question that I would ask him would probably be, how did you keep going and how did you keep coaching me or want to coach me even when I didn't listen? Because a lot of times that can cause some issues.
And now switching to the final question of the interview, a little bit off topic, but do you feel like there's a correlation between sports and music?
Absolutely. Music honestly can correlate in every area of life. Me as a musician and me working at a church, I just know that music can just completely shift an atmosphere from one area to another high. And in sports especially, warming up with pregame music and you get that hype and you really just, it's almost like adrenaline gets pumped into your system.
Other level, yeah.
Absolutely. So I would say that music plays a huge role in sports.
Right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank Kevin for coming in, and make sure you stick around for the next interview on SCB News. I'm Jared Denk, and have a great rest of the day.